Yesterday, Raila Odinga led his battalion of hooligans, goons, and looters in breaking mayhem upon sections of the city of Nairobi and a few other towns, mostly in Nyanza. Under the pretext of peaceful protests and demonstration, Mr. Odinga coordinated and oversaw violent confrontation, looting, and destruction on a vast scale, preventing people from going to work, stopping education and other public services, and paralyzing business operations. The destruction, loss, and damage arising from Mr. Odinga's chaotic activities will surely run into tens of billions of shillings. Mr. Odinga has indeed indicted himself as an economic terrorist and saboteur, a serial hypocritical liar and failed leader, whose insatiable greed for power through any means necessary, including the shedding of blood of Kenyans, is unmatched. The hypocrisy lies and failure. The lies. It is evident that Mr. Odinga's peaceful demonstration, quotes, were neither peaceful nor were they demonstrations. Instead, they degenerated into looting sprees, orgies of mindless destruction, running battles with law enforcement officers, and intimidation and terrorism of other Kenyans to stop them from carrying on their work and life. Lie number 2. The principal reasons offered by Mr. Odinga for organizing and implementing anarchy on such a tremendous scale are the cost of living and the 2022 election, which claims was stolen. Yet, as recently as June 2022, Mr. Odinga was the government's foremost defender, attributing the rising cost of living to factors beyond the government's control, which also affected other countries. As regards the election, Mr. Odinga did not invest half as much effort and seriousness into his campaign as he did in defending the Jubilee government, or as he has done in organizing and supervising large-scale economic sabotage throughout the country. Moreover, Mr. Odinga's so-called peaceful demonstrations were a transparently disingenuous campaign of large-scale urban banditry and nothing else. No petition was delivered to any government office as promised. There was no march or delegation to State House as promised. Not unless Mr. Odinga lost his bearing and searched for State House or Harambee House in Nairobi's Mathare and sections of Eastlands. These orgies of mindless chaos were conducted on the basis of a blatant lie. Hypocrisy. It is obvious that Mr. Odinga's actions have nothing to do with the reasons he has given, and everything to do with his well-known post-election routine, whereby he uses the threat of post-election sabotage and mass action to extort power-sharing arrangements with the government of the day. It is also a continuation of Mr. Odinga's propensity for violent attempts at capturing power, which began in 1982. It is a demonstration of Mr. Odinga's contempt for democracy and the rule of law, constitutionalism, as well as peace. Times are indeed hard, and Kenyans are trying their best to get through. Anyone making life so much more unbearable through selfishly motivated political violence is unlikely to be viewed with much understanding. Moreover, as demonstrated, Mr. Odinga's argument about the cost of living contradicts his earlier position and are unsupported by the fact of prevailing market prices. His agitation has to do with subsidies that were allocated under the pretext of cushioning Kenyans from high prices, which in fact were embezzled by Azimio handshake regime leadership in one of the country's most scandalous steps. The failure. Mr. Odinga's criminal escapades are desperate futilities. He does not enjoy the support of the entire Azimio constituency or Kenyans in general. There were no demonstrations or protests in counties of the Central, Rift Valley, Western, Eastern, Northeastern, and Coast region. only Kisumu bore the brunt of the criminality aside from goons mobilized by ODM MPs to terrorize poor mama bogas. There were no demos in Sekuru, Oshogo, or even Daragwa, where some of the Azimio leaders come from. It is quite evident that some regions require to emancipate from the Odinga yoke and slavery of being used as pawns for self-preservation of a single individual's thirst for power. So questions to Mr. Odinga are the following. Besides Mr. Odinga's reasons and actions beg the question, how does a disruptive campaign of looting and violent mayhem address the cost of living? Why actually didn't he demonstrate before the elections when Unga was costing 230 shillings? But now he's demonstrating when it has come down to 170. That is hypocrisy. How does subjecting hard-working Kenyans to hardship and causing enormous losses to traders and businesses improve the cost of living? When Odinga and his Azimio party left government at the end of the hardship, the cost of a packet of unga was between 230 and 240. It is now ranging between 170 to 200. Isn't it basic arithmetic that the prices are coming down? The Hardship Brothers and Boli Alliance. To Mr. Odinga and Mr. Kenyatta, we have one message for you. When in a hole, stop digging. We are only beginning to get to grips with the insane magnitude of embezzlement, looting, murder, abuse of office, and sheer impunity that took place during the 5 years of the hardship regime. As we do so, we begin to understand your desperate resolve to sabotage all accountability and Kenya's return to physical sanity, financial stability, accountability in governance, and economic health. You will fail. The violence, chaos, looting, and destruction are also aimed at distracting the country from investigating the shameless siphoning of public funds, crimes against humanity perpetrated through extrajudicial killings and forced disappearances, abuse of office, and state capture that enable large-scale corruption and impunity committed by Mr. Odinga's sponsor and co-conspirator and hardship co-principal, Uhuru Kenyatta. This will fail and the truth will be known. Police action for Medam. To the Kenya Police, we salute you for having quickly come of age and for rising to the occasion. The President's action to restore fiscal autonomy to the service is paying the anticipated dividends of efficiency and professionalism. We commend you for doing your best to keep Kenyans and their livelihoods safe and secure. We urge you to enforce the law firmly and bring all perpetrators of the criminal mayhem committed at Mr. Odinga's behest to account. They must be charged for every stone thrown, property looted, goods destroyed, and persons injured, no matter who they may be. It is also time to raise the bar and make Azimio and ODM fully accountable for the injury, loss, and damage occasioned by the rioters staggering they mobilized on the pretext of constitutionally protected demonstration. We urge a reckoning of the damages and the speedy accountability in conjunction with the registrar of political parties. Finally, it is time to confront a ridiculous predicament that has remained unresolved for a very long time. The government must determine once and for all if Mr. Odinga is above the law. If he is above the law, there is no further purpose in asking anyone else to obey the law. If, on the other hand, the government determines that Mr. Odinga is not above the law, it must activate all appropriate mechanisms to bring him to accountability without further delay, because justice must be done. That time is now or never. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think the leadership and the SG.